If you're going to rate yourself from 0 to 10 as a woman of her word, how would you rate yourself? 10 being, yes, I'm a woman of my word. 0 meaning, you know what, I am kind of flaky January and I don't like it. Now, it's okay because this is something that is not taught in our school system or even in our own homes. The idea of being a woman of our word is so foundational to the quality of our life, and yet it's not considered a essential training for survival. Because when we are not a woman of our word, we compound our frustration because we actually are not committing to the things that we say we're going to do, which makes our life complicated. Which is why I think this training ought to be in our elementary schools and our high schools, being a woman of your word. You say what you're going to do and you do what you're going to say. And it was interesting this morning because my son came up to me and he's going back and forth with some coaches. And one of the coaches said, I'll call you tonight. And he comes in, he's like, Mom, I'm so confused. He said he's going to call me tonight, but he never called. And I said, well, sometimes coaches have a lot on their plate and I wouldn't take it that personally. And then, Ryan was overhearing our conversation. He said, well, actually, that is a red flag. Because if you're saying going to call tonight and you don't call, that means you don't value your word and you don't value other people's time. And it was interesting to me that from my son's vantage point, it was so confusing to him that somebody said, I'm going to call and didn't call. And I think because Ryan is such a man of his word, and if he says he's going to clean the kitchen, if he says he's going to be there at 9, he is so committed to his word. And my children's norm is that that's what you're going to do. You don't renege on your word. You don't say you're going to do it and you don't do it. That's just not even considered an option. Why do I say this story? Because we have a reputation with ourselves as either a woman of our word or a woman who actually flakes on her word. Now, if we flake on our own word, we will inevitably feel a lack of confidence. Why? Because deep inside, we know that we are not true to ourselves. Deep down inside, we know that we're a flake. And that does not give us the confidence that we need to know that we can follow through with what it is that we want, what it is that we want to commit to. It's foundational and it's basic. And it's something that we need to be honest with ourselves, that we can look ourselves in the mirror and say, I am a woman of my word. And when I say I'm going to do something, I say it. And that is my reputation with myself. And if you have that, you are going to feel more confident and competent. Now, what are the reasons that women are not women of their word? Number one, they maybe not think about what they say before they say it, and they commit to something without fully thinking about it. Number two, they don't think it's important. Our words does not have weight. Number three, we've never been trained to be a woman of our word. And so that becomes sort of the root cause. Or number four, we lack other skills to actually follow through with our words. So for example, you say you're going to be there at 9:00, but maybe you lack the skill of building a routine or saying no to yourself or making a decision. All of those other skill set help you become a woman of your word, which is why skills are so critical. All of them are so critical to create that flourishing life, because you don't need one, you need all of them, because they are all connected like a web. And I think why we don't become a woman of our word, the last thing is that we don't have value for ourselves, our own self-worth. Like, we don't see ourselves as somebody who needs to be respected, that what we say, we honor it. And so there's all these compounding sort of reasons. Now, what are the consequences of a woman that doesn't follow through her word? Well, people don't trust us. We don't have reliable relationships because we cannot be trusted. And then that leads to loneliness, that leads to isolation, and that leads to frustration because there's inevitably more drama when you cannot be trusted. Inevitably, people are going to put walls up against you when you cannot be trusted. So I think that gives us, creates a lonelier life. The other consequence is that we're not respected by the people that we love, our children, our husbands, our coworkers. We they won't give us greater opportunity or open doors for us because we're not to be trusted. I'm like, if you're not going to commit and honor your word, I'm not going to give you more opportunities. I'm not going to say, hey, listen, you've got to hire this person or you've got to help open this door for him because we can't trust that you're going to commit to what it is. And I think the biggest consequence is that your life becomes a roller coaster because you're not consistent and you can't follow through with the life that you want. And so there's always this living frustration of that's what I want, but I can't get to it because I actually can't commit myself. And so it really becomes a hard life when we cannot be a woman of our word. Now, what's the solution? Well, number one, we have to first change the image that we hold of ourselves. We have to be able to say, I choose an image where my reputation with myself is that I am a woman of my word. We first have to choose it and learn to rewire that. It's not affirmation, it's a choice to redesign who we want to become and who we ought to become, which is a woman of our word, because we know that is far more peaceful and far satisfying in the quality of our life when we actually are a woman of our word. So you have to choose a self-image. Number two, you have to find a role model of a woman who is committed to her word and be inspired by who she is. Study her, model after her, think about her life and say, you know what, if it's possible for her, I want to harvest, not compete and compare. I want to harvest and learn from a woman who sort of mastered it. Think about your grandmother, think about a friend, maybe an old friend, and just find that role model in your mind. Number three, really invest in your skills, in your growth on a daily basis, because it could be that you're not a woman of your word simply because you don't know your worth, you don't have other skills. So make a choice to say, I'm going to invest in developing skill after skill after skill to help me become a woman of my word. Number four, pay attention to what you say and how you carry the weight of your words. Meaning, I'm not just going to say something because I need to create a filler or sort of uncertain about it. I'm going to bite my tongue so that when I say something, I know I have committed. So you want to have a pause time before you say, I'm going to do that. And really kind of reflect on what you say you're going to commit to. Number five, have an accountability partner that's going to say, okay, how can I hold you to this commitment so you can be a woman of your word? And then number six, fail forward, meaning we all fail. Like there's no perfect record of a woman who's a woman of her word. I don't have a perfect record of being a woman of my word all the time. But what we want is this reputation with ourselves that those are far and few between, with very logical reason that we weren't a woman of our word. It wasn't because we reneged, we were made an excuse, or we just didn't feel like it. It was because there was a valid excuse of why we couldn't follow through with it. Why? Because that's going to erode your self-confidence if you're going to make excuses for yourself. A woman who makes excuses does not develop true confidence that comes from competence, meaning your ability to be able to commit to what you're going to say. And confident people have more opportunities. Confident people are able to contribute so much value, not because they're sort of, hey, look at me, but because they're willing to be able to they're willing to be able to do something outside of their comfort zone initially that's allowed them to develop competence that eventually become confident. So I think we need to have mercy with ourselves as well if we are not a woman of our word, if we've never been trained. Simultaneously, we have to make a new commitment to say, I want to choose being a woman of my word, and so that I can rely on myself to become a better and whole version of myself. Because ultimately, you are going to suffer the consequence of your lack of follow through in your word, and build a reputation with yourself that whatever you say you're going to do, and you can trust your own word, and that's going to change the quality of your relationship. I hope this serves you. I hope that you really think deeply about the weight of your words. Words become flesh, and truly understand that you have influence in the lives around you as a woman. And part of that is truly being a woman of your word. And if you are new to our community, this is where you get practical life training. If you want to go further into deeper accountability, I want to invite you to join our New Woman Masterclass group. It's a group of women that study together. We work through the formation, which is mindset and skill-based training. That helps you develop and flourish in every arena of your life. I think a group is where you really are able to gain exponential growth, and it's a way of life. I think is to constantly be in a place of study with your community. So if you want to join, just let us know. Ping us. If you have any further question, let us know. And I want to be able to serve you here. And if anybody of you are interested in mentoring women, we are truly entering a revival in our culture where the line between good and evil is so clear, and we need women to be in the forefront of this cultural war. And if you feel like you're called to be part of a movement of women that are doing something to really create a shift in culture, I want to invite you to be part of our mentor group and join a movement of women that are training other women towards deeper flourishment, fulfillment. You can schedule a call with our team and schedule a call with me. And I want to share with you that vision. So I hope this served you. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, share with me. God bless you all.